Philip, Kevin Kelly, he wrote this book, 8,000 True Fans.
Yeah, he wrote an article. It's a little shorter. I don't think it's a full book, but
Okay.
the the gist is that the argument is you don't need 10,000 or 100,000 fans to have a real, you know, business as a musician. The the takeaway is that he argues if you would have 1,000 true fans, and he would describe a true fan as somebody that's willing to spend $100 a year on your music. That could be concert tickets or a CD that he buys on the concert, or merchandise or whatever. 1,000 people that are willing to do that, that generates $100,000 annual income for you as a band leader. Now, of course, you have a lot of costs. You have to pay the musicians and travel costs. But $100,000 business is not bad to start with. And what the article shows is that it's not the numbers that matter that much. You don't need 10,000 or 100,000 fans to have a real business. You need people that are really dedicated to you and to your project. And when I read this, it made me think differently about how I want to build my audience, going back to the same places, which I think is very important. So it's really cool if you can do a tour in Australia after a lot of emails and phone calls and hard work, and you can go to Australia or any exotic place. But if you don't go back there the next year, these people will forget you and they won't turn into true fans, right? So you want to find places or locations that you can go back to once a year, I would say, ideally.
And how do you maintain them, those 1,000 true fans?
Yeah, I think that's different for everyone. So some people have a model where they'd be very active on social media and they constantly remind their fans of the work they're doing with videos. I send out newsletters, but I'm not the best at that, to be honest. I also have a limited amount of time, so I can't do everything as I wish, that I like as good as I want to do it. But ideally, I talk with everyone, not with everyone, but I have a table after each concert where I can talk with audience members and maybe exchange information. I have a mailing list they can sign up for. I also realized that once the concert is over, the actual gig is not over. You're still on. You're still, people want to talk to you, maybe buy a CD. Trying to be very aware of that. And I'm trying to create, genuine relationships with these people in terms that I'm taking time to talk to them, and I'm taking time to, sometimes they have questions about the music, where a sort of song comes from, or what it means, or how I composed something, or they want to talk about drums. I'm trying to take time to kind of interact with my audience.
How many true fans have you got?
I don't know. I don't have a real number for it, but I do know that there are some venues that we will always sell out. And then I see a lot of familiar faces. So some people I know by name. For instance, there is a person that has been trying to get us to a specific jazz club in the Netherlands for a long time. And I would consider him a true fan. And at this point, he's just going to produce the concert himself because he really wants us to perform there. I don't know the number of true fans that I have, but let's say if maybe 150 people in the Netherlands that will always come out to concerts, maybe a bit more.
And on the socials, I have quite some people who always react to my music when I post something, especially in Instagram. Would you consider them as true fans?
No. Well, they could be, but I don't think it's necessarily, Instagram is very quick. So it's like fast sugars, you see something that you like and you click on the heart icon and you like something, or if they really like it, they might share it with some friends. But I don't think that people that like something also automatically will go to see you perform. I've seen musicians that have a lot of Instagram followers that are not able to always sell enough tickets for a venue. So it depends on the fans, right? There are people that have a lot of fans on social media that actually translate into ticket sales. And there are people that make very catchy videos that generate a lot of likes, but don't sell more tickets. And some people have both, right? They have a lot of followers and they like their stuff and they buy tickets. I think Grace Kelly is a good example, for instance. I think her fans, they are very hungry for content. So she posts a lot of different things and she sells tickets. So that's the best of both worlds, I guess.
Yeah, because a like, of course, doesn't mean anything. I mean, sometimes, you scroll through Instagram or Facebook and then, you hear 10 seconds of music and you kind of like it, but then you go on. But I'm not talking about those kind of likes, but sometimes you have people who always comment. You feel like, hey, they're really kind of following me. Do you kind of try to capture them? Or would that be an idea?
I think if they're commenting on your videos, you can respond to it. I think that's about it. I think it will be impossible if you have people that constantly comment on things that you post to have conversations with them. I think it's not viable, That's enough. You're posting your ideas and your music and they comment on it and you can reply. And I think that's about it. And they can come to your concert and buy a CD.
Yeah.
But I'm not
Yeah.
going to go out for drinks with these people. They're not my friends. They're fans of what I do.
Yeah. And would you release CDs just for those 1,000 true fans?
No, I don't think so. Why would you do that? Why would you exclude people from buying your CD?
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean, if you have 1,000 true friends and they would all buy your new album,
yeah,
would it then still be worth then to release an album physically?
I think so, for sure. In fact, for my group, every tour we sell a couple hundred CDs. I mean, the longer tours, if we're on the road for 2 weeks, we'll sell a couple hundred CDs for sure. And they are a significant income for what we do. So if I would have no physical distribution, what am I selling after the gig? Download cards or stickers?
No. That doesn't work.
Yeah, I think the CD, even though people might not listen to it, right? People buy a book and they never read it, or they buy a CD and they never listen to it. I think it's more some memorabilia from the concert. They liked some particular song, or they fell in love with that particular melody, and they want to own that now, or they want to take it home, or not even the fact they want to own it. They just want to support the band, right? There are multiple reasons why people want to buy something. Our music is on Spotify too. I do think that our audience, at least for my trio, is a little older. So I don't think that they're that tech savvy and they have a little bit more money to spend perhaps. And they're okay with, spending $20 on a CD or just in some places. I will let the audience decide what they can pay for a CD. I can say, you can give us whatever you think the music is worth, which also works well. Yeah, I think it's good to have a physical thing still. Because music already is just removing air. So it's nice to have something tangible.
So everybody who's listening to this episode, think more in quality rather than in quantity. Build a fan base with, well, if you have 1,000 fans, which would pay $100 a year, and then that would be for a jazz musician especially, that would be a lot of money. But it doesn't have to be that amount, but it's a great way of looking at your career, especially with music, which is not for the millions, what we're doing, which is a niche.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks for this input. It's great. 1,000 true fans.
Kevin Kelly, go read the article.
Kevin Kelly. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy my podcast, then please subscribe, leave a rating and a review. Please visit my website, mikedelferro.com, where you also will find links to my other podcast, Self-Management for Musicians. You will also find links to my music and my socials. And of course, please share this podcast with anyone interested. Nothing beats the word of mouth. Thank you.